What's going on, everybody? Mike the CPA here, and I am back with episode 3 for you all of my favorite investments in my portfolio. Many more episodes to come. Episodes 1 and 2, if you haven't seen them, check them out. I'm going to leave links to those episodes in the description, or you can find those links in the comment section. Let's dive into this right now, but before we do, if you want to support the work I do here on this channel and all the time I spend making these videos, the best thing you can do is subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Share this video, leave a like, comment, and if you do those things, I would really appreciate it. Let's jump in. You want to make money when you're brushing your teeth? When you're doing your laundry? When you're cleaning the dirty dishes? When your baby has to go to the bathroom? Yeah, I said it. When even you have to go to the bathroom? I mean, you're probably watching this video while you're sitting on the toilet right now. Well, guess what? There is a way, and that company is Proctor and Gamble. Now, you might not know this, but your house is very likely loaded with some Proctor and Gamble products right now. Go ahead, walk around, check it out. Open your cupboards, open your cabinets. What toothpaste are you using? You ever heard of Crest toothpaste? You got sick to your stomach, you went out some Pepto-Bismol, that's Proctor and Gamble. You want to clean your dishes? You got Dawn, you got Ajax, you got Cascade. They come loaded with brand names. Not only that, Love's diapers, Charmin toilet paper. They even got my boy Mr. Cleanup in there. Keeps my house spick and span, makes things shine with that magic eraser. Oh my goodness. Makes my wife happy. Clean house keeps me married. Current share price of Proctor and Gamble for y'all is around $135 a share when I'm filming this video. They have a very strong track record of dividend growth where they routinely raise their dividends 3 to 6% every year on average. The company dates back, guys, get this, 1837. Holy smokes, over 100 years old. Definitely a dividend aristocrat kind of stock, and I believe they've had 60 years of consecutive dividend increases. Now, I'm gonna admit, they're not a sexy stock like Tesla. They're no Amazon. Let's face it, they're never gonna be that. But in terms of steady long-term growth, in terms of steady dividend increases, and you want some income, this is a company to consider for your portfolio. Let's talk about some of the financials. As you're seeing the financials on screen, just know that the company's working on like a targeted 8 to 10% earnings per share growth. That's per year. That's what they're focused on. At least that's their goal. Single-digit sales increases and volume increases in sales. So nothing spectacular there. But they are working to help boost profits. One thing they're doing, because you saw how many brands this company owns, it's astounding, is they're cutting off some of those dead branches. They're trimming the tree, if you will, so that they're keeping the most profitable brands and cutting the brands that are losing them money very strategically. And so far, they've been implementing this well. I think one reason to look at investing in Procter & Gamble for you guys, if you have not done so already, is really just look at the demand. Their products, the demand for their products is really hard to dispute. You have people are going to be doing their laundry. They need to shave their face. They need to brush their teeth. You know, their dishes have to be washed. So there's all these useful purposes for their products. I mean, look at toilet paper. People were killing each other, punching each other's lights out over toilet paper in 2020. So the demand, I think, is there, and it's going to continue to be there, which is one of the reasons the company's been around for so long, in my opinion. Let's talk about some reasons now why you should take caution as an investor before you invest in a company like this. Well, first things first, one of their biggest drawbacks is the products they operate with, that they manufacture. They compete in a space that's very competitive. There's many different brands of paper towels, toothpaste, toilet paper, dish soap, a lot of competition. You have typically your higher priced brand name, which is your Procter & Gamble product, versus the lower price, generally, store brand. So there's that battle always going on. So depending upon the customer's perception, they might give up the higher quality for the lower price. It just depends. The other thing to note is if the cost of these materials that they use to manufacture all their different products or logistics cost increase, it can really harm them, because then they can only raise their price so much because they're in such a competitive space. So those are some drawbacks of Procter & Gamble and the company and the business segment it operates in. Performance-wise, this company that some might say sells very boring products doesn't do too bad. Price appreciation, you can expect, I think, roughly anywhere from 5 to 15% per year on average. And that does not include your dividends. Your dividend yield is roughly around 2.5%. But as you can see on the chart on screen, that this company has outperformed the S&P 500 for a number of years. It doesn't outperform them every year, but it still does fairly well considering it is a consumer staple company. So check them out if you get a chance. Ticker symbol for Procter & Gamble is PG, and see if this investment is right for you. The next investment I want to share with you is Pepsi. This is a long-term income kind of play. And there's the age-old battle, of course, of Pepsi versus Coke. Which beverage is better? This rivalry they got going on here is pretty legendary. Dates way far back. This thing is like, Hulk Hogan versus the Ultimate Warrior. Well, I don't really care about which one tastes better. I like both for different reasons. But in terms of stock performance, I tend to side with Pepsi over Coke. Especially you can see it within the capital appreciation, which we'll be looking at in just a minute. But let's talk briefly about the company. Now, most of you are probably somewhat familiar with Pepsi and are familiar with its products, but in case you're not, I was amazed when I saw how many different products and brands they actually owned. So they actually own Quaker Oats, which has this whole slew of different products, your rice cakes, your rice mixes, your oats, and things like that. They own Lipton tea, which I routinely consume, so does my wife. They own those, they have license rights, or I don't know the exact setup of those with Starbucks. So those little coffee drinks you can buy at Target or when you're at Walmart that have the Starbucks labels on them, they help distribute that. They, of course, have their beverages of Pepsi, which I'm not a huge soda drinker, to be honest, but their water I sometimes purchase, and so Gatorades I sometimes purchase, chips, Tostitos. So not only beverages, but I like the fact that they have a lot of different snack options as well, so you're getting a mix of both worlds, and you're not just focused on beverages. Pepsi is currently sitting around $137 a share at the time I'm filming this video. They offer $4.09 per share, which is around a 3% dividend yield, and they have a long track record of routinely increasing their dividends year after year after year, which is why it serves the purpose of my portfolio mainly as an income play. I don't expect to get a lot of growth out of it, but I do get some capital appreciation out of it. And like I mentioned, I do own both Coke and Pepsi stock, but I own more shares of Pepsi than I do Coke. And Pepsi has by far outperformed my shares in Coke. And if you look at the graphs here on screen, you can see that Pepsi has been outperforming Coke in terms of capital appreciation in their share price, but even over the long run. Now, I didn't really compare their dividends, but just in general, in terms of stock appreciation, I always will lean, if I have to choose between dividends and stock appreciation, I usually choose stock appreciation because that's usually going to give you the total, a better total return, not just income. So I'm always looking for a better total return when I'm investing my money. All right, guys, now with Pepsi or Coke or any of these beverage companies that you can invest in, there's a lot of health changes happening. People are very aware of the health risk of drinking soda on a routine basis. I mean, let's face it, it's just not good for you. So before you invest in a company like this or Coke or any other beverage company, I think you really got to take a look at how consumer spending is changing, consumer demand is changing as people navigate towards healthier alternatives when they're looking to consume a beverage. Maybe they're buying more water, maybe they're drinking more of that, or maybe they're drinking more health-conscious beverages. Now, not listed on here, which I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, but I think they own, not Odwalla, but Naked. Because I think Coke owns Odwalla, and I think Pepsi owns the Naked beverages. So there's different health beverages they own as well. So they are gearing towards a more health-conscious society to stay afloat, because people are drinking less soda, and that's, I think, is a reality. But before you invest in a company like this, make sure you're looking at their sales and see where their sales are growing or where they're declining, so that you know the change in consumer demand as people really start to take a closer look at their health. Because I'll be honest with you guys, I rarely drink soda at all, but there's other products on this list that I do consume from time to time. I think Pepsi overall is still fairly financially healthy. I think the fact that they continue to beat earnings estimates is a good indicator of their performance, and they will continue to perform fairly well into the future as far as I can foresee. As far as stock price and appreciation, I mean, honestly, guys, the S&P 500 normally outperforms Pepsi. So if you're looking just for growth and you don't care at all about dividends or income, then I would probably focus on investing in something like SPY or just other companies, because I think you're going to get a better bang for your buck. But, having defensive stocks in your portfolio is not necessarily a bad thing. And with 2020 being what it was, I think there's a lot of people are staying at home more, they're buying more beverages, just not being able to go out. So there are a lot of benefits to owning a stock such as this, especially as the economy declines. People still need the drinks, people still need to eat. So there's reasons just in that sense to hold an investment such as this. But you can see the performance, and definitely check this out before, compare it against Coke, compare their financials against Coke, and compare their performance, their dividend, all that before you invest in a company such as Pepsi, and I think you'll be good to go. All right, guys, well, that's enough for me today. Now it's time to hear from you. So I'm looking forward to reading your comments. Like, what do you guys think of these consumer staples, these consumer defensive kind of investments, like a Pepsi or a Coke or like a Proctor and Gamble or a Colgate kind of company? What type of investments do you own that are similar to this that have been working out well for you? And do you like them? Do you dislike them? Why or why not? Let me know in the comments. Drop a like. Subscribe. I don't want you guys missing the future episodes of this. I'll see you down in the comments, everybody. Live life uncaged. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you all in the next one. Love y'all. Peace.